state of Texas, only one matchup goes by the name of Revivalry. So everybody open their hymnals to the same page. Come under the tent as we come together with one accord for these old foes to clash again. Welcome to Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, home to the TCU Horned Frogs. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Baylor Bears, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Bears will put total leather and we'll get started. Well, that'll give them good field position as he kicks it out of bounds. So the decision has been made and the coach will take the penalty. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Trying to get the corner. Fights off the defender. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get those running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He turns it loose to the left. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
This is the matchup everyone was excited to see in this football game, and it doesn't take long to get to it. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best corners in the game, one-on-one, quarterback taking a shot, and early on, it's the corner who wins, knocking it away for the incompletion. That won't be the last time these two guys go toe-to-toe, but this is where your eyes need to be all game long.
Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Had it in his hands and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play and interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll give it to the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Guys, when you think about the big picture for Baylor, they've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's picked off, and that's number 10. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year. He comes up with a massive play right there.
First play of the drive, wants to throw. Lets it fly. Got it inside the 10. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. That is a tough one to take, to get an explosive play like that and have it wiped out by a penalty. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass. Using his feet to buy time. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
And it didn't take long early in the game. That's the matchup everybody has their eyes on. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best DBs in the game. They're going to be going toe-to-toe all game long. That time, the defender comes away with an early win in the matchup. But the war is not over. We're going to see many more battles as this game goes on.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Makes the catch. It's Flood. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
And that's why, for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. They'll try the outside to the left. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
It'll be 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Back has it. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. You know, when these two first met in 1899, both schools were located in Waco. Of course, TCU eventually relocated, and relocating the Frogs in the conference realignment race over the years has stoked the fires of this rivalry.
And it's weird because Reese covered that game, and I know that because he was the sideline reporter. It was a 0-0 tie. Yes, both teams from the same region, so a lot of the line. We've seen some excitement with these rivalry games, and with this matchup, Jesse, I'm excited about today.
Me too, and I think when you think about Texas football, everyone's always talking.
There he goes. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
It's really nice to be a quarterback in today's football when running backs are basically wide receivers. Not only can you split them out, you keep them at running back, nothing open, I dump it to him. Look at that. He makes a big play for me.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Looking downfield on first down. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. You always want to give your big-time players a chance. That might have been too much of a chance to give right there.
And I know I'll give you a chance when it's one-on-one, but not two-on-one. You got to see that. You got to understand that they're trying to take away this guy. There's a reason they're trying to take him away. What else can I do now to take advantage of that defense?
Going downfield for the big play. Wide open, he makes the catch. Touchdown, Baylor! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
On the run from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Going right to work up top. Blasted as he lets it go. A strike downfield. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
And those long shots, man, I tell you what, it takes a little bit longer to develop. So as a quarterback, you know you got to buy a little bit of time. Mad respect, man. Hanging in there, knowing he's going to get hit, but still making the big play down the field.
Look out, he's got room. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. Might as well give it to him again. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Second down, he'll throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. Bought a little time, lets it go. Tight end finds a soft spot. And they swarm him under. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
And the Horned Frogs looking to convert on fourth down.
42, Spider.
Tries to get it on the ground. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Ready, fight.
That's the end of the period. Baylor is on top, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, the offense is trying to go counter, but the defense blows it up. And they do it by getting penetration up the middle, setting up the tackle for loss.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, want to jump in and let you know what's going on in this top 25 showdown. Duke is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Daniel Jones, this offense is not guaranteed to just keep scoring points today. They're up by 11 over Clemson. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this Big 12 Clash of the Titans. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. They'll start this drive going to the air. The screen, he's got wheels. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He's got an open man. Still on his feet at the 45. Hits the accelerator to the right. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Bears!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he's going to bring this one out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Like, the passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys.
Gonna let it fly. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball.
Gonna take a shot. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Oh, they're after him. too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They've moved it to the 19, first and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Got enough space. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Baylor! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Bringing it back. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. He throws one to the left. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
And that's a big shot, that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. He's not afraid to go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game. Throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
See if they can get something going here late in the half. Wide receiver going in motion. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half.
Ready, set. Griffin. In blue.
Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his back in the middle. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Bears have their whole playbook open here on second and inches. Looking to fire. Grab near the sticks. It's Ortiz. Hauled down, but he has enough to move the chains. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Here's the pressure. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Bears!
Number 87, All-Day in the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he added the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Bringing it out. And the returner will be dragged down. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
So now it's second and long. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Unloads it downfield. Brings it down on the right side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. Off play action on first down. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's second down.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
This quarterback is getting frustrated, and you can see it now, right? They've had some possessions, but they only have a field goal to show for it, and he's now starting to take shots. That time, that was not the right look to throw it way down the field here at the end of the first half. But the defense loves this because right now, this quarterback is playing right into their hands.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Oh, just didn't have enough leg. It looked like he had the accuracy. It looked like it was going right between the uprights, just not enough power on the kick.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Snap to the back. He's in open space downfield. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that wildcat, and they give up a big play. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Direct snap. It's complete to the right. Touchdown, Baylor! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
This offense looks like they're in a rhythm. Whatever they've been dialing up here in the first half, they've had a lot of success with. You saw it on that last drive here at the end of the second quarter. Scoring a touchdown, they're going to be difficult to stop in the second half, and the defense needs to start making adjustments.
And the extra point is true, and the score is 35-3. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. He'll put toe to leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it out. It's high. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Trying to burn this defensive back. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Taking it the other way. The 40. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
They missed a field goal on that last drive, but here on 3rd down, they can't afford for this possession to come up empty. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
The Horned Frogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Lost to fire on 2nd down. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Trying to take it back. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Bears! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And, Davey, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22.
Positive plays. That's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up positive yardage like that and the quarterback makes good decisions, pitching it out when no one's accounting for the pitch, man, you'll take that all day long. They don't get the first down, but why would you stop running option after a play like that?
And the Horned Frogs are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Finds him out of the backfield. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On 4th down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the 1st half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's exactly why this linebacker has to stay on the field every single down, because he's so good in space. He's good against jet sweeps, he's good against bubble screens, and he can race outside and get receivers down on the ground quickly.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. The screen, and watch out. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
I remember back when I played for the Florida Gators, if you had 3,000 yards passing in a season, you might be an All-American. I know times have changed, but with that last completion, this guy's already over the 3,000-yard milestone this year.
Going over the top. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Right on target this time. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And this guy continues to pour on the stats. That's why he's in the Heisman picture, right? Had over 100 receiving yards last week. He's off to a great start today. Defenses just can't figure this guy out.
At the 35, he's got room. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, Baylor! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, every game in CUSA is so very critical. How about this one today? Kansas State is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll remember in Manhattan for some time. They're up by 28 over Jacksonville State. Two fan bases with very different emotions in CUSA as we send it back to you.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Rides to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them.
On the set.
Touch pass on the run. Turning it on. Pass to 30. The tag. Touchdown Bears! He got a step and just dusted the field.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
He'll try to tack on one more. And clang, no good, off the right upright. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, 1 snap, put it in the end zone. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. It's a reverse. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The inside handoff. Breaks into the open. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. They go to the draw. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Motion from the back. They're going to go right back to him on first down. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for it all. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They
trying to get behind the defense. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Going for it all. Touchdown, Baylor! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives. Looking for a deep man. Makes a grab for a big play. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
And that play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think
he's loose. He's at the 30. Inside. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Bears! They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
On to attempt the try.
The kicker on for the extra point.
And he doinks it off the left upright. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting matchup this week in the Mountain West, and it sure is playing out that way. San Jose State has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe inside Old Spartan Stadium. They're up by 4 over Nevada. The moment something changes in this Mountain West fight, you will hear about it here. Back to you guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Going right and going deep. It's caught. Off and running. At the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. They're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the fourth quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know, next time you take the field, which guys you can depend on and what you can build off of.
And the extra point is good. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them.
Set to advance on the football.
He'll bring it out. It's high. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Back has it. Slithers into space. Got the first down and more. All by himself down the middle. The 20. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
The extra point has not been simple, but this one is good. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Keeps it on the draw. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying. Oh, he's got some space. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks, and you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
They'll run play action. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Horned Frogs will try to pin them back with the punt. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. The give and tick, 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 tick. There he goes. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Snap to the back. Oh, a lot of space. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. To the air on first down. Buys a little time. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
The quarterback takes a knee.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
This rivalry might not always get the headlines in the state of Texas, but it is full of passion, and the Bears will celebrate taking down TCU. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.